All right, ready for a deep dive. Today, we're tackling something I think we all deal with.
Oh, yeah.
Sugar cravings.
I'm so ready for this.
I mean, seriously, right? Like, who hasn't just, like, stared at a plate of cookies?
Oh, yeah.
Like, laser focus, you know?
Totally.
And with sugary treats, like, everywhere these days.
Right.
We wanted to, like, really understand what's going on.
Well,
Yeah.
it really is fascinating.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it's more than just willpower. There's like a whole science behind it.
Oh, absolutely.
Why we crave sugar.
Yeah.
And I think just understanding that science is like the first step to managing it.
Knowledge is power.
Absolutely.
So we are digging into this research article from Maveri that breaks down the why of sugar cravings, but also gives us some tips to beat them.
And that's what we need, right?
Yes, exactly.
Like, how do we actually, what can we do?
All of the actionable stuff.
Exactly. And this isn't just about, like, avoiding that afternoon candy bar, right?
Right.
Like, this is about really understanding how our bodies and our brains work.
Oh, yeah.
In this crazy modern food environment.
Totally. So let's start with, like, the basics.
Yeah.
Why is sugar so good?
Well, it all comes down to glucose. Glucose is our body's preferred energy source.
Okay.
It's the fuel.
Makes sense.
That keeps everything running smoothly.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. Every carbohydrate that we eat, whether it's a slice of bread or a bowl of pasta or whatever, ultimately gets converted into glucose.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of people would be surprised to hear just how much added sugar is in our food.
It's everywhere.
Like the article said 68% of packaged foods in the U.S. have added sweeteners.
It's crazy.
That's like most of the stuff in the grocery store.
I know, and it's like...
It's crazy.
You think you're picking up something healthy.
Right, and it's like, oh, this looks like a healthy snack.
Totally. And this actually ties into like another piece of the puzzle, which is our evolutionary history.
Okay.
Way back in the day.
Yeah.
Our hunter-gatherer ancestors.
Yeah.
If they found something sweet or fatty that was like hitting the jackpot, those were valuable calories, survival.
Yeah.
In a world where food was scarce.
Right. So we're like...
We're hardwired.
Hardwired to crave that stuff.
Yeah.
Even though we're like living in a land of plenty now.
Exactly. And you know what? Food manufacturers know this.
They know this.
They know this. They have gotten so good.
Yeah.
At creating foods that tap into those cravings.
Oh, yeah.
They're designed to be like hyper-palatable.
Right.
Which means...
light up all the things in our brain.
It lights up all the reward centers in the brain.
Yeah.
Making us want more and more and more.
It's not just a lack of willpower.
It's not.
It's like our biology and this crazy food environment we live in that are working against us.
Working against us.
But the article made a really good distinction between natural and added sugar.
Yes. Such an important distinction.
Because it's not all created equal, right?
Not all sugar is created equal.
Right. So can we break that down a little bit?
For sure. So the sugar that's naturally occurring in fruit, vegetables, even honey.
Yeah.
That's not really the villain here.
Okay.
It's the added sugar.
Okay.
The refined sugar cane, high fructose corn syrup. That's really been linked to all the health issues.
So like the explosion of diabetes and obesity?
Well, think about this, right?
Yeah.
Like the rise of diabetes and obesity in the U.S. started in the 1980s.
Okay.
Right when added sugar became like a staple.
Oh, wow.
In our food supply.
Yeah, that's a pretty clear connection.
Yeah.
But then like, is sugar addiction like a real thing?
Oh, that's a great question. Because people talk about being addicted to sugar.
Yeah, and the article really dives into this.
Okay.
Sugar can definitely trigger those. Like
intense craving feelings. We know it lights up all the reward centers in the brain.
Yeah.
But, the science is still out on whether it's like a true addiction in humans.
Okay.
Most of the research on sugar addiction has been done on animals.
So it might not be clinical addiction.
Right.
But it's still super powerful.
It's incredibly powerful.
And we need to be mindful of it.
And I think, it's more about understanding how our brain's reward system works.
Okay.
And how easily it can be like hijacked by this constant availability of sugary foods everywhere we go.
Yeah.
But the good news is knowing this gives us a starting point to actually take back control.
Okay. I like that.
Take back control.
Yeah. Okay, so we've talked about like the why, but like how do we deal with this?
Right.
Like what can we actually do?
The good news is The article actually gives some really interesting and practical tips. Yeah. So one of the most effective approaches is addressing those dreaded glucose crashes.
Oh, tell me about it.
Like that cycle of the sugar spike, the energy dip.
Yeah.
And then you just want more sugar.
Yeah. You're like on a roller coaster. You can't get off.
Right.
Awful.
So the article suggests something that might seem a little counterintuitive.
Okay. I'm intrigued.
They suggest eating protein and salad before your carbs.
Wait, what?
I know it sounds kind of strange, right?
Yeah. Why would I eat my salad first?
But research has shown that this can actually significantly lower those glucose spikes.
Interesting.
Like one study found that people who ate veggies and protein before carbs had glucose levels that were almost 30% lower.
Wow.
After 30 minutes.
Okay.
Compared to those who ate the carbs first.
So you're saying if I eat like my chicken and my salad before I dig into the rice, I'll like...
It's like you're giving your body a buffer. You know the protein and fiber in the salad and chicken?
Yeah.
Digests more slowly.
Oh, okay.
So it helps slow down the absorption of those carbs.
Okay, that makes sense.
And the article also mentions pairing carbs with healthy fats.
Okay.
Like peanut butter on an apple.
Yeah.
Nuts with berries, that kind of thing.
See, I'm so guilty of just like grabbing a piece of fruit when I need a snack.
Right.
But I guess I should be like throwing in some almonds or something.
Right. It's all about working with your body.
Yeah. Not against it.
Not against it. And, speaking of working with your body, another powerful strategy the article highlights is resetting your taste buds.
How do you reset your taste buds?
Well, the idea is if you significantly reduce your sugar intake for like a month or two, your taste buds actually adjust.
Oh.
They become more sensitive to sweetness.
Okay.
So the next time you eat something sugary, it might actually be too much for you.
You're saying I might find cake too sweet.
It could happen.
Really?
And it's not just anecdotal, like a small study mentioned in the article found that 86.6% of participants actually stopped craving sugar.
Wow.
After just 6 days.
What?
Of cutting out added sugar and artificial sweeteners.
That's amazing.
And nearly all of them reported that sweet foods and drinks tasted much sweeter than before.
So like your taste buds actually like recalibrate.
They recalibrate.
To more natural sweetness.
Exactly.
That's pretty cool.
It's pretty amazing what our bodies can do.
Yeah.
But managing cravings, it goes beyond just what we're eating.
Okay.
The article talks about the importance of like really examining your lifestyle.
Okay.
Understanding like the why behind your cravings.
Yeah.
Do you reach for cookies when you're stressed?
Oh.
Or candy when you're bored?
Stress eating is like my weakness.
It's incredibly common.
Yeah.
But, the key is to recognize those patterns.
Okay.
Those triggers.
Yeah.
That make you reach for the sugary stuff.
Right.
The article suggests like keeping a food journal. Okay. Not just tracking what you eat, but also like your emotions.
Yeah.
And the situation surrounding those cravings.
So you're like a detective for your own diet.
Exactly.
It's kind of fun.
And then once you start to identify those triggers, you can start to develop like healthier coping mechanisms.
Oh, okay.
So instead of reaching for a bag of chips when you're stressed, maybe you go for a walk or call a friend.
Oh, I like that. Or take a nap.
Or to take a nap, exactly.
Yeah.
Anything that can help you like shift your focus and ride out that craving wave.
Ride the wave.
Ride the wave. And here's one you might not expect.
Okay.
Stay hydrated.
Oh, yeah.
I'm so bad at drinking enough water.
Yeah.
It's a common mistake.
Yeah.
We often mistake thirst for hunger.
Really?
And a study mentioned in the article actually found that people only correctly identified thirst.
Oh, gosh.
2% of the time.
Wow.
So next time you feel that sugar craving coming on, first thing you do, grab a big glass of water.
I'm going to do that.
It might be all you need.
That's a good tip.
To curb that urge.
I like it.
And remember, it's not about being perfect.
Right.
It's about making small, sustainable changes that add up over time.
Yeah.
Every step you take is a step in the right direction.
I like that. I feel like I learned so much about sugar, like how my body and brain work.
Wow.
And more importantly, like I have tools to deal with the cravings now.
Tools, not willpower.
Exactly.
Right.
It's not about willpower. It's about like understanding.
It's understanding
that our cravings are biological.
Yeah.
And also like because of our food environment.
Exactly.
This crazy food environment we live in.
And it's fascinating. You know, it's not a sign of weakness or a lack of discipline.
Yeah.
It's just about recognizing. You know how our brains work? That reward system. You know how easily it can be swayed by all that sugar.
Yeah. It's like we've been playing the game on hard mode.
I love that analogy.
Without realizing it.
And now we're figuring out the cheat codes.
Yeah.
And, you know, these tips we've talked about are a great place to start.
Yeah.
You know, eating protein and salad before carbs, resetting your taste buds, figuring out your triggers, finding those healthy distractions, staying hydrated, all things you can do.
And they're not like crazy restrictions. It's just small changes.
Small changes,
Sustainable changes.
Sustainable, exactly. It's a journey, not a race.
I like that.
You know, be kind to yourself, celebrate your progress. Remember that even small steps in the right direction can make a big difference.
So this whole deep dive got me thinking.
Okay.
So the article focuses on like what we can do as individuals.
Right.
But what about like the bigger picture? Oh, the food environment itself.
Right. What about the food environment?
Right.
Like, how can we make it easier?
That's such an important point.
Yeah.
This raises so many questions about how we can create a food system that really supports people.
Right. Like, what if food labels were clearer and made it easier to spot added sugar?
Absolutely.
What if there were like policies to limit added sugar in processed food?
Those are all great points.
Like, there's so many things.
You know, what about making healthier options more affordable? More accessible to everyone?
Yes, exactly.
There are so many factors at play here.
It's complex.
It is complex.
It's not just about individual choices.
It's not.
It's about like this whole system. We're all a part of.
Absolutely.
So I want to leave our listeners with this like challenge.
Okay.
What can you do?
Yeah.
Not just to manage your own sugar cravings.
Right.
But to like advocate for a healthier food environment.
For everyone.
For everyone.
It's a conversation worth having.
Absolutely.
And a change worth fighting for.
It is.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.